Welcome so much to Back to School Night. I'm so excited to have all of you here to support your children in their learning. We know that this partnership between the family and the student and the staff at our school is really the only way to make sure that learning happens and that your children are supported in all areas of their life, including the climate and culture at our school and the academic learning that they get while they're here. And just knowing that these are such years of transition and immense growth, it really does take that partnership together. So we have this ritual in our district where we start all of our gatherings with a reading. And I have 3 readings for you today in honor of the Summer Olympics. And I thought I chose them because they fit really well with our vision at the school and our growth mindset. The first one is from Michael Phelps, the swimmer. Don't put a limit on anything. The more you dream, the further you get. The second one is from Gabby Douglas, the Olympic gymnast. Hard days are the best because that's when champions are made. And the final one is Coach Bobby Knight of the 1984 USA men's basketball team. The key is not the will to win. Everybody has that. It's the will to prepare to win that's important. And because we work so hard on our dreams, and we have hard days, and we know that preparation is what makes the difference, that's what we're going to focus on as we look at some of our goals today. So along those lines, I thought I'd better share some information with you related to last year's goal, because as I was on the trails all summer and all year, I saw a lot of people saying, oh, how's it going? And I realized that people were really listening when I told them about my goal. I'm glad that I was working on it. So I was trying to get better at mountain biking. I took a clinic last year right around this time, and I spent a lot of time practicing, trying to get better at cornering, trying to get better at body position. I switched to clipless pedals, which was a really big learning curve, and it kind of set me back in my mind, because I had a pretty good growth mindset going, and then it went back to a fixed mindset. I was like, I can't do this, because I would unclip my right pedal and fall to the left over and over again. But I'm still persevering, and I did have so many amazing rides that made me feel like I want to keep pushing towards this. So I'm proud of my progress towards my goal, and thank you for all of you who've said something to me, because it keeps reminding me that I'm going to keep persevering. And we as a school, because we know that learning is a journey, we as a school continue to emphasize the growth mindset. And many of us actually this summer, or this fall, got to see Carol Dweck, the author of this program, and just get a little bit of a reminder of what are the most important things to remember. And this is the language that we want to be using. We should be thinking to ourselves, I'm striving to be more exceptional every day. I want challenges instead of the easy way. I persist when it gets hard. I seek criticism and welcome it when it's given appropriately. And I don't give up or feel like quitting when I'm stuck. I ask for support. And one of the things that Carol talked about that we all know to be true is that we aren't either growth or fixed. We're both. And it changes all the time. We'll go through moments where we feel really strong, and then we'll feel weak again. And then we'll challenge ourselves to try again, and then we'll hit a hard spot, and we'll have to make sure that we're really talking to ourselves with the right language. So that's the thing that we want our students to understand. We expect there to be challenges, and we believe in our students. We know they can do it, and we're going to do whatever it takes to help them succeed. So we've done a little bit of work on trying to revise our mission and make sure it really says what we want it to say. This Basalt Middle School mission is that we will ensure that every student, emphasis on every, develops the enduring knowledge, skills, and character to thrive and contribute in a changing world. Work hard, be kind, achieve. We did make a few changes. It matches the district's vision, but we added the word contribute because that was some great feedback that we got in our accountability meeting, and our staff agreed that that was something really important about our beliefs. And then be kind and achieve. We could have chosen work hard, be nice, eat burritos, which would have also been awesome, but we decided our mission probably should be more around achievement. And our vision has two parts. It has the climate and culture piece and the high expectations for students piece. So the top part of our vision is about having students who feel like we are crew, not passengers. And that means every person has a role. We all belong. We've built a community that's compassionate, and our students walk out with a healthy mindset, feeling like they're lifelong learners. This was moved to the top above achievement because we felt like the most important thing is not our test scores, but that we have kids who take care of one another. And we know that we haven't necessarily got every kid feeling like they belong yet. And our crew is still fairly new. We've had 1 year of crew and we're starting our second year. And we want to make sure that that time does create that feeling of belonging. So we're working really hard on it. And that's why it's the top goal in our mission, in our vision. The second part is high quality instruction. And that means that all students will receive high quality, engaging instruction that positively impacts their learning for growth and success. We do have Chromebooks now, and we're not just saying the teacher gets to teach the students now, the computer gets to teach the students now. We're trying to use those computers in the highest, most effective ways with teacher feedback and continuing to have a lot of engagement in the classroom through all kinds of activities, but really focusing on those highest effect teaching strategies, which means they have scientifically researched the highest effect size in their results. So our action plan, how are we going to make sure that we're meeting that mission that we have as a school and that vision to create students that belong and are achieving? And we're going to do that through providing time and resources to the teachers and the students for learning, implementation, improvement, and collaboration. And those things are to foster all those words you see on the right. The most important word is growth, because wherever we are, we're going to get better. That's teachers, that's students, that's administrators, everyone in the building. So, are we there yet? Have we achieved this goal? Are all students growing and achieving? I can report on some of that, but we don't have all of the results yet. So, first of all, our PARCC scores, which is the state test in English Language Arts, our scores are in purple, and the green is the state. And it goes from left to right, did not meet, towards exceeded. And what do you notice? We're doing pretty well. So our students that met and exceeded are above the state quite a bit in both categories on English Language Arts and also on math, above the state, quite a bit above. And you look at did not meet, we'll go back to English Language Arts, did not meet. We have way fewer students that are not meeting the standards at our school. But what you also notice is 100%'s up here. And so we still have a ways to go. We don't have every student meeting the standards. So what's more important to me than this is the growth, and we don't have that data yet. From what Mr. Hayden and I can see, digging into individual students, we're seeing that our students have made growth, but we're really anxious to hear from the state about did every single student meet that growth. We also are ahead of the state, which purple is us, in our science state test scores. So we talked about growth. What we do have is our NWEA growth for last year, and students and teachers had those reports at the end of the school year. If you didn't get to see your child, we can provide that for you at conferences this year. You'll also get their park and CMAS and access reports at conferences this year. We're just waiting for the state to pass those on to us. So, knowing that we haven't quite met that goal yet, and that we still have growth that we want to make with every single student, we are kicking off a school year with some real intense professional development for teachers, and trying to make that very differentiated with coaches all across the spectrum. We have an instructional coach, we have coaches for technology, we have coaches for special education and gifted and talented, and any kind of instructional strategy, ELD, English language development. So we're really trying to help teachers have what they need to walk every day into that classroom with the tools to meet those students' needs. So I can't leave with, are we there yet? No, we have to end with some of our bright spots as a school. We're really proud of being able to offer Spanish now as a flex class for 7th and 8th graders. And we also will have some after-school opportunities for that. Ms. Barr teaches some classes, and then Ms. Dunn will teach some Spanish classes after school. The Access after-school people are here in the foyer if you want to hear more about their program. We also have STEAM, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math, that's offered as a flex class, community service, and then all kinds of enrichment, geography, genetics, economics, all kinds of great enrichment offered. We're really proud of our specials classes. There are times when schools have to choose to cut that because they need to try to increase our scores. But we believe that those programs help us increase our scores. So we put emphasis on our amazing art and band and choir programs and our amazing computer program. Some schools are moving away from having like the desktop computers. We specifically chose not to because our tech teacher is putting robotics and code and programming and 3D printing all into that computer class. And that to me is moving 21st century learning forward for our kids. So we're going to continue to emphasize that resource and provide it for our students. We haven't heard back yet about the next stage for Mr. Lenio as the Grammy nominee. He did make it to quarterfinals, but he'll be finding out about that probably in the next month. We have student leadership opportunities. Student council will be starting soon. We have a pilot ambassadors program that we're doing with some 8th grade students. And we have kids emailing on a daily basis ideas for what they think we could be doing as a school, making presentations. Today I had a presentation at lunch where kids came and had all these slides to tell me about why they think a certain app should be available on the Chromebooks. And we also had another student who said, what can I do to help, and ended up designing an entire bulletin board out front on trust and respect. So it's really exciting to see students taking on those leadership roles. We have district and state spelling bees that we participate in, and our school had the district champion last year. We've been to the state tournament for the first LEGO League for at least 4 years. We can't even be sure that it wasn't 5, but at least 4 years. And 2 of those years, the last 2 years, we were the overall winners at the region. We have huge participation in athletics, above 60%, and outdoor education at every grade level, in some cases more than 1 trip. After-school homework help 4 days a week to offer that support to students who need to have that time. And our community passed a bond for the remodel of this school and all of the schools in the district that had needs. So that's a huge accomplishment that I wanted to share with you and thank you for. So an update on the remodel, you'll see a bulletin board out front, thanks to the families who helped put that together too. We have some updates out there and all of the floor plans and site circulation plans, and I'm happy to answer any questions about that around 6:30. And then the playground update. We do have enough money through grants to start our playground, but we're waiting until next summer because in a couple of weeks we'll hear back from the Colorado Health Foundation to see if we have a much larger grant for our playground. And that will be happening next summer, and it's the side where the preschool playground was, all the way to the back of the bleachers. We'll be having some amazing new parkour, zip line climbing structures. It's going to be really cool and specifically designed for middle school. So once we find out how much money we have, we'll be getting community and student involvement in the final designs. So I think we have a lot to celebrate and be proud of. And I hope that you feel that way too. And I also hope that you continue to feel like, there's my timer. I hope that you continue to feel like you can come to us when you have concerns and questions, because we're here to solve problems together as well. So for the next 15 minutes, you're going to be in an area based on grade level. 8th grade is going to be here in the auditorium, 7th grade in the cafeteria, and 5th and 6th grade in their pods. And they'll spend about 15 minutes with you, giving you the most important information. And then at 6:30, they will excuse you to have a half an hour to go visit specialist teachers and ELD teachers and individual classrooms. This is not a time for parent-teacher conferences. You don't have to wait until conferences to find out how your student's doing. You can email us or call us anytime and set up a time to meet. But tonight is about your student introducing you to their teachers, showing you their locker. Hopefully it's still all organized. It's pretty early in the year. And their classrooms, and making sure that you know where all of their classes are and what they're excited about this year. So I look forward to checking in with you. Don't forget to check out the makerspace later and all the foyers in the cafeteria, or in the foyer. All of the vendors in the foyer. And thank you for supporting our makerspace with the fundraiser if you bought dinner. I will see you in a little bit. Have a great evening.